When we first started looking for a DJ, we were looking for somebody who was extremely social, well-spoken, and could definitely think quickly on his feet. Mark, from the start of our wedding, fulfilled that in every need.
Actually, I knew I was hiring Mark before I was even engaged. He was the DJ over at our friend Maggie's wedding, and I was a bridesmaid. And I got his card, and I knew eventually he would ask to marry me. And so at that point, as soon as we got engaged, the very next day, I called Mark first and asked his dates of availability, and then booked my wedding date and venue based off of his availability. If they want their reception to be the best it could possibly be, an MC is the way to go. Having a DJ and someone just to hit start, anyone can do that. A director of entertainment is going to ensure that the flow of the reception goes the way you as the bride wants it to go. Exceptional.
Extraordinary.
Excellent.
One word answers great.
I will say this about Mark. Mark gets to know his clients more than any other wedding vendor I have ever met and come in contact with, which has been a lot. Mark knew that I did not really care for surprises, but when my dad called him and wanted to surprise me at my reception, Mark had figured out that this surprise my dad was planning, I'd be okay with. Other people probably would have just done it because their dad said, okay, I'm going to do this. But Mark knew that I was actually going to get a kick out of it. He took the time to actually get to know me and become a friend versus just a hired professional.
Yeah, my favorite moment of the wedding was that little game that we played that we held up.
The newlywed game. The newlywed game.
So,
That was my second favorite. My favorite would be when Wilbur and Wilma walked out. Mark had cut the music off, much to my disliking and dismay. And Wilbur and Wilma came out, and the U of A mascots, and surprised me, and my mouth dropped open. Second favorite, though, was the newlywed game. And of the newlywed game, who works harder, David or Ashley? And there was a long, long pause.
but I won.
He is the harder worker.
Yep. We went to one wedding where literally the DJ played a song, cut. It was like he was changing the tape or something, I don't know. But all of a sudden there was silence. People had time to walk off the dance floor and then find out if they wanted to dance to the next song about 5 minutes later when it would come on. Mark did not do that.
No, it was yeah, that wedding was pretty bad.
It was seamless. The way
Our
Mark
wedding
did
was
it.
seamless, not
Yeah.
the other guy. Yeah, our wedding was seamless. Yeah. No, the most music people they don't know how to mix the music, or even if they do take the time to mix the music, they don't mix it properly, and they're mixing country with LMFAO, and it just doesn't necessarily sound right and have the right flow. Your reception needs to have a flow from the beginning to the end. That's ultimately what the guests are going to remember, is the reception and whether or not they had a good time. Mark is worth every penny that you pay for him. He will go above and beyond, more so than any other wedding vendor I know.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.